but will hold off on any action to see what the US does. At least 300 people have died in severe flooding and mudslides around Sierra Leone's capital, Freetown, with the toll expected to rise as recovery efforts get underway. And one day after Pakistan, India celebrates its 70th anniversary of independence from Britain.
It's 9:01.
Community Conversations is brought to you by Arkansas Early Learning, offering no-cost childcare in Jonesboro and Northeast Arkansas. Applications at arearlylearning.org.
Arkansas Early Learning is a nonprofit organization.
KLEK LP Jonesboro, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council. It's now time for Community Conversations, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place, while offering viewpoints from all sides of the issues. The views expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of KLEK 102.5 FM, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council, or our underwriters or sponsors.
Good morning to everyone out there and happy wet Tuesday to you. It is definitely a rainy day. Hope the rain pulls back some so I can get home and get dry. Get home and be dry. So without further ado, you tuned in to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. I'm your host for today, and my very special guest is Dr. Evette Allen from Arkansas State University. She is the director of the Multicultural Center and Nontraditional Student Service Center. That's a lot. So I'm gonna try not to stumble over that throughout the show. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Yes, thank you for having me.
And so what I would love for you to please do, since this is your first time here, can you please give the listeners and viewers some some background information about yourself?
Absolutely. So I'm not a stranger to Arkansas State or Jonesboro. I went to Arkansas State, I want to say between 2004 and 2008 as a student there. Then once I graduated there, I went on to Texas, got my master's in communication studies from University of North Texas.
Okay.
Then moved on to, where did I go after that? Oh, Denver, Colorado. Where did I go after that? Denver, Colorado. That's where I got my PhD in higher education.
Okay.
And after that, moved on to Utah, worked there at Utah State, their Eastern campus. And then this opportunity came open, and it was just a wonderful opportunity to get back to my alma mater and work on things I loved. You know, I was a student leader when I was at Arkansas State, so it's awesome to be able to work with those students again and help them have the wonderful experience I had when I was a student there.
That is so wonderful. Now, what you're doing now, is it any way related to what you've done at your previous employers?
Yes. So I worked in two multicultural centers. So I was a graduate assistant in a multicultural center at University of Denver when I was in Denver, Colorado. And so I worked in that space and helped with different programs, that type of thing. And so when I went to Utah State, their Eastern campus, I actually helped spearheaded, led the initiative to create what we call Center for Diversity and Inclusion. Okay. And so we started it. Oh goodness, was it my second year there? And one of the students actually just recently texted me and let me know that they have developed another branch
that
of
wonderful
center, and so it is definitely growing.
That is wonderful. So you left a legacy behind for future students to continue to grow the program that you started. That is amazing. So let's talk about your role here at Arkansas State with the Multicultural and Nontraditional Student Center. We're just going to say Multicultural Center.
Yeah, you can say Multicultural Center to keep it short, because I do. When I'm introducing myself, I just say Multicultural Center. And let them know that we also work with non-traditional students, because it can be a mouthful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so what role do you play here?
Absolutely. So basically in the center, I provide, strategic vision for programs, services, that type of thing. So as an example, when I first came in, one of the hardest things I would say, students were getting ready to graduate, they're getting ready to leave.
Okay.
And so there's conversations. When you do services for students, you want to talk to students and hear what they have to say. What is it that you need? What are you experiencing on campus?
Okay.
And so one of the biggest things I do is advocate for the needs of students in those different ways. And our programs, workshops, leadership initiatives, etc., reflect what the students are asking for in terms of whether it's leadership, whether it's education that they want or that other students might need in terms of those things. So yeah, it's the overall vision of making sure that we're providing services to make sure students are feeling welcome, included, and can be successful while they're on the ASTATE campus.
That is wonderful. Now, what are some of the concerns? I know, again, you've only been in the position since May, but you have had some contact with some students. So what is some of the feedback you've gotten of what they need or desire?
Yeah. So some of the students, we've just kind of talked about need for spaces and for certain conversations to happen. And so students have just got a little feedback on different conversations they're needing to happen. And what's really amazing is that these students are wanting to take action.
That's wonderful.
And so it's just collaborating with them to say, hey, this is how we can go forward with this, and have those conversations. So a lot of it is more so conversations and learning. And so one of the initiatives that's coming up, we're going to try to launch it in spring of 2018. It's going to be a peer educators program where students who are passionate about diversity and inclusion can come. We're going to train them for a certain amount of time so that they can go out and help educate their peers as well on different issues concerning diversity and inclusion. So we want it to be a proactive program where we are tackling the issues before things happen.
And that's one thing we talked a little bit off air about, there's so many things that go on around the world. Arkansas State, not to say that they're shielded from things, but you all do a great job of keeping things at bay and keeping it from making local or national news. So we really want to thank you for everything that you all do to help keep the students safe and make them feel comfortable while they're on the campus, because their first priority is to get their education. They need to feel a sense of safety and inclusion while they're there. They don't need the extra added stress of, is someone gonna discriminate against me, not like me because of whatever. So alrighty. So, and I know that you all host quite a few events to help foster that sense of inclusion and sense of unity and harmony among the students. You have a multicultural mixer coming up.
Yes, we do.
So is this the first year for this, or has it been going on for quite a while?
So this is the first year in term that has come back. So this is a program that actually, I want to give credit where credit's due. I can't remember who initially started it, but it happened several years ago. It used to be a program. So the idea is not original in that sense, but it is something that a couple of colleagues got together and we discussed it. So it's not my idea solely. It was a number of people who got together and said, hey, we want to do this thing. So we're actually collaborating with a number of offices across campus to help put on the initiative. So it's not just our office. We have people from Student Support Services. I know a lot of people know Mr. Gerard Lockhart.
Yes.
We have some people from recruitment who are on the committee. We have several student leaders on the committee.
That's wonderful.
I'm forgetting who else, but we have a number of people who are helping to put this together.
We want to definitely give a shout out to all of you out there on ASTATE campus who are working hard to put this event on, who's had your hand in the making of this. So thank you all for that. Even though I'm an online student, sometimes I feel a disconnect, but I think I need to start coming on campus and reconnecting with the services that are available.
And that's one of the things when you talk about the mixer, that's one of the things we want to do. We want to catch people in the first part of the year to say, hey, this is something we're having. And there, it won't just be us sharing our services. It'll be different offices across campus who will have tables and student organizations who are saying, hey, we want you as a student to be there. And so the event is, did you want to talk about the time?
Yes, please, go ahead.
So the event is Sunday, August 20th at 4 p.m. It'll be in the Ring Student Union in the Centennial Hall ballroom. And it starts at 4. We're going to wrap it on up around 5 and send students to the Luau event that will happen at 5. And so the purpose of the event, though, is to really just welcome students from underrepresented backgrounds and to welcome them and say, hey, ASTATE welcomes diversity, and we want you here, and we want you to have these resources. And so, like I talked about other offices that will be there, there'll be other offices there that are ready to welcome the students and say, hey, this is how you get in touch with this office, etc. There will also be administrators there who are able to meet with the students. So students who come will have a really great opportunity to not just network with students that are incoming students, it'll be current students, it'll be administrators. It'll just be a great opportunity for them to network and just take that grasp and say, hey, I want to be successful while I'm at ASTATE. What do I need to do? What do I need to know? How do I navigate this campus? So, yeah.
That is really wonderful. I want to give a Facebook shout out to Mr. T.R. Hamilton for joining, and for everyone else out there that's watching our live stream. If you have any questions or comments, please drop us a message on our live stream, or you can give us a call at 870-277-1080. We would like to hear from any of you that has ever visited the Multicultural Center, has received any services, any non-traditional students who have received any services. So please check in with us. We would love to hear from you.
Absolutely, and what you want to see. Coming in, like I said, coming in May 1st.
Okay.
It was hard to hear from students, so you hear from students whatever they want. We're doing a lot of initiatives this year to have either focus groups or hearing from students. So yeah, if students also want to call in and say, hey, this is something I'd like to see.
That is wonderful. I know as a student, an older student, non-traditional student, there are just some things when you mentioned about having spaces, I was thinking of, for some of those students that are, say, over 30, they need to have a space where they're not, and I'm not to, say anything against, this is nothing against the younger generation, but there are times when you just want your own space. And when it comes to having conversations, yes, it's good to include some of the younger ones, but sometimes you want to be around people who maybe have experienced some things in life and can have a real deep or more in-depth, detailed conversation about some things.
Yeah, and so those are, we're definitely advocating for spaces. There's times when a lot of people come together from different demographics, but we also realize there's times when people need their own space to talk about things that are concerning them. And so we also advocate for that. And we also have have you visited the Nontraditional Student Lounge on the second floor of the Student Union? Okay.
It's been a long time.
So we're trying to advertise that too, so that students know that is there. And so it's a space dedicated to non-traditional students on the ASTATE campus. It's on the second floor of the Student Union, and there's computers in there. There's a lounge.
Oh, wow.
It's just a space where they can come and just kind of sit, because when you think about non-traditional students, it's so many demographics, but a lot. They might be commuter students, and they have families, and so when they come to campus, we want them to have a space that they can, if they need to study between classes or just stop for a minute, we want them to have that.
When my earlier years on campus, the Multicultural and Non-Traditional Student Center was on the corner. I don't know the street name, but basically now where the Student Union sits, if you come up a little bit, it used to be on a corner. You used to could drive down all these streets, but now everything's all closed off. Basically, you're going up the hill. Okay, the parking lot behind the dorm. If you take that sidewalk by like Arkansas Hall, I think it is.
Okay.
Anyway, up the hill on the corner, the building used to be there. Is that building still there?
That's a great question. I am not sure.
Okay. so everything is now in the Student Union.
Well, most student services are in the Student Union. There's some like academic advising is not in the Student Center. I'm trying to think of what else. But not all, but a good number of student services are in there. But every piece of our I guess I'll say department, every piece of the Multicultural Center is in the Student Center. So we have two spaces, one on the third floor of the Student Union, and then we have a lounge up there as well, and computers, and then we have the non-traditional student lounge, which is on the second floor.
All right, so I need all students, non-traditional students, to go check that out.
Yes, go lunch on the 22nd of August. Join us. We have free lunch for non-traditional students on August 22nd. It's during Welcome Week. We want to welcome them and let them know what we have for them, as well as tell them about the non-traditional student organization that we're trying to start back up, so that they can have a voice on campus and have an active voice in telling us what they're needing on campus.
That is awesome. Yep. As we all know, the Jonesboro Public Schools started yesterday on Mondays, and college starts next Monday. So it's going to be a lot of people here in Jonesboro.
Yes, August is that time for school to start. Fun times.
And so don't forget, on August 22nd, which is Tuesday, the day after school starts, college starts, college classes start, go to the non-traditional student lunch, grab and go. So tell us more about how this was organized.
Yeah, definitely. It was something that just kind of in brief conversations with different students on campus, they were just saying, I'm not a traditional student, but I'm not feeling connected. And again, these were brief conversations over the summer with the different students who were still available to chat. and to give, information about their experience on campus. And so these students said, you know what? I feel disconnected, on campus. And so we said, let's have something at the beginning of the school year where we can say to students, hey, come on through and meet other non-traditional students. And we really want to get the non-traditional student organization together as well.
Okay.
So that they can do that.
So what, will the lunch be provided by Sodexo or from the cafeteria?
Yes, it'll be Sodexo.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. I think I'm pronouncing it. I may be pronouncing
I don't
it wrong,
know.
but it's Sodexo. So yes, it will be provided by Sodexo. We do have events in the student center and on campus, I believe. Campus-wide have to be gone through Sodexo. We have a contract with them.
Okay, that is wonderful. So, and this will be from 11 to 1 p.m.
Absolutely.
So
you can drop in. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say it's 11 to 1. You can drop in. We'll be there. There will be a representative from the Multicultural Center there the entire time. So stop by. We'll have flyers letting them know what else is happening on campus and letting them know how they can get involved so they can help plan programs or start initiatives that they're wanting or needing on campus.
Okay, so you're going to make me come out of my shell and come on campus just to get involved in some of these non-traditional student activities.
Absolutely. We want to hear from students. I think when you're having student-based programs, it's very important that you hear from students, right? You can't just jump in and say, we're going to do this. It's genuinely want to hear from students about what they're wanting.
And one thing I would like to direct, one thing I would like to direct people's attention to is the student blog. Like I take part in the student blog and I write a piece once a month, and there are many other students who write on various topics and their experience, being either online. I'm doing the online student one, but there's other blogs available. So I would love to see more students take part in that, either reading and responding or writing their own or just submitting their own point of view of what it's like to be a student from a different culture, from a different ethnicity, from a different demographic.
Because those stories are important.
Yes, ma'am.
But the blog that you speak of, is that through like
it's through Arkansas State.
Oh, okay. So I haven't heard of that yet.
For the online students, there's this program called Academic Partnership, and they work with online students. So that's how I got connected.
Okay, awesome. All right. And those connections are awesome.
Yes, ma'am, indeed. All right. So what are some other events that I was trying to pull up the calendar. You probably can tell me quicker than I can look it up.
We already talked about the Multicultural Mixer, but I'll say it again for those who may just be tuning in. On
Yes,
August
please.
20th at 4 p.m., Ring Student Union, Centennial Hall. Join us as we celebrate diversity at Arkansas State and welcome students back to campus and back to campus for incoming and current students. You'll get to meet a number of awesome people. Then on that Monday, the first day of classes, we will have what we're calling Ice Cream Sunday Bar Social.
Ooh.
So come on up to the third floor of the Student Union, and that's where the Multicultural Center is, where you can basically fix your ice cream with your own toppings, and we'll have flyers and things there to let people know about everything that we have planning for the fall semester.
Okay.
And we'll be telling people how to get involved. There's a number of things that we're doing throughout the year. Our Multicultural Ambassadors program, and this is for students who want to really actively get involved in planning programs around diversity, inclusion, social justice, and there's a scholarship that also comes with this position. We're picking between 8 and 10 ambassadors coming up in the year. The application is due August 28th at 4:30 p.m. Just bring it on up to the Multicultural Center, or you can email us directly, and the information's on our website. But we really do want students who are passionate about diversity and inclusion to apply for the positions, because hearing those voices and hearing how passionate they are, it really helps make change on campus to have those who are truly passionate about it.
Yes, ma'am. That ambassador program sounds like a really great opportunity. You get to represent Arkansas State and get your voice heard, and then help create programs and help create other initiatives that help other students.
Absolutely. And there's a scholarship attached to it.
Who doesn't like the opportunity to win a scholarship?
Absolutely right. Absolutely.
Especially in this day and time when money's tight and the federal government's kind of tighten their belt on some things. So any extra money you don't have to pay back is awesome.
And I do have another scholarship opportunity, if you don't mind.
No, please.
So there's a Thompson Scholarship, and so for any current student, it can't be an incoming student, but if you are a current student, which means you've already been to Arkansas State before, apply for this scholarship. It's a Thompson Scholarship. You can find the information on our website, Multicultural Center, and we're giving out 4 $2,000 scholarships to students who identify as an underrepresented student from ethnic or racial background, right? So that could be Black, African American, you have Hispanic background, Hispanic heritage, Native American, etc. You get the idea. But apply for, you have to have a 2.75 GPA and live on campus. And those are, I believe, the top criteria for it. But it's $2,000 we're giving to 4 people, so you get to split it, $1,000 in the fall, $1,000 in the spring. So that could surely help in some ways.
Better pay for a meal plan and books.
It's right. $2,000 can
yes.
It can help. It can help.
Yes, ma'am.
So I do want people to know about that. Certainly apply for that.
That is really wonderful, and we'll make sure to put this information on our social media sites because we definitely try to keep the community informed of everything that's going on as much as possible at Arkansas State University so that we can try to bridge that gap between Arkansas State and the community. We want people to know that, yes, Arkansas State is an entity within itself, but it serves a greater purpose. There's a lot of programs that the campus hosts that are beneficial to the community as a whole. And the community is welcome to attend a lot of these events. Even though, yes, some of them are, for students and faculty, but there are several community events where community members are welcome.
Yeah, absolutely. When you think about the size of Arkansas State, you think of how it impacts the community. It's very important that we collaborate. And so now having your email, I can just send you the events as they come up. I can send you our information because that'll be great to have it on the website. So we're reaching more people and letting them know about these opportunities.
Yes, ma'am.
When there's money out there, we're trying to give away money. So
okay, come on. We need you to apply. Yes, ma'am. We're going to get ready to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to discuss more things that are going on with the Multicultural Center and what students can look forward to coming up for the fall 2017 and spring 2018 school year. So please do not go away. We'll be right back after these announcements.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
Can you recognize the red flags in your marriage? I'm Mark Merrill with today's Family Minute. It's hard to watch a marriage crumble, especially when one or both spouses stubbornly refuse to seek help. So here are some signs that may indicate that your marriage needs outside help. First, when communication on meaningful issues is almost zero. It's a big red flag when spouses cannot have a civil discussion on something important. The second sign your marriage may be in trouble is when the only shortcomings one sees is in their spouse and not their own. The spouse who always blames and never takes responsibility is the poster child for denial. For more signs your marriage may be in trouble, check out my blog at markmerrill.com. Remember, your family first.
For more resources on today's topic, go to markmerrill.com.
Family Minute is made possible by the Kappa Nu Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, a non-profit organization committed to service to all mankind. Kappa Nu Omega Alpha Kappa Alpha on Facebook and KNOMEGA1908.com.
KLEK thanks CJ Pepper and the staff of Life Strategies Counseling Incorporated for helping people through hard times in life such as depression, family issues, stress, abuse, and more. They offer counseling and therapy for all ages, individuals, families, and groups. They are located at 1217 Stone Street. Phone number 1-866-972-1268 or online at lscihelp.com.
Post Consumer Brands is seeking to hire 5 operators at their Jonesboro facility. Post offers good starting pay, 3 weeks of paid vacation, comprehensive benefits, 401k with employee match, and frontline incentives, while working 4 days on and 4 days off. More information is available at jobs.postconsumerbrands.com. Post Consumer Brands is an equal opportunity employer.
House of Details, located at 3217 Herb Street, Suite C, is a proud supporter of KLEK, offering detailing on any type of vehicle: waxing, clear coat protection, basic wash, hand wash, shampoo, interior cleaning, buffering, headlight restoration, pickup, delivery, and more. With a motto of, anything mean, we can clean. Details available via Quentin Bogard at 870-273-5187. House of Details on Facebook and houseofdetailsjonesboro.com.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
Welcome back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We are speaking with Dr. Evette Allen from Arkansas State University from the Multicultural Center and Nontraditional Student Services Center. We're just going to say Multicultural Center to keep it short for the rest of the show. Alrighty, so we were talking earlier about some of the upcoming things for the 2017-2018 school year. There are some, I'm so sorry. There's a mixer coming up. There's an ice cream social. There's a grab and go.
Non-traditional students, grab and go lunch, specifically for non-traditional students, absolutely.
Okay. I apologize. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Can we go over those details one more time?
Absolutely. So I'll go over all of them. So the non-traditional students, well, let's start with the Wandas first. So on August 20th, at 4 p.m. in the Ring Student Union, we are having our multicultural mixer where we want to welcome both incoming and current students to Arkansas State to let them know we want to celebrate diversity and just, introduce them to resources that can help them be successful while they're on campus. And then on that Monday, the 21st, between 11 and 2, we're going to have an ice cream bar in the Multicultural Center. Students can drop by, hear what we're doing throughout the semester, and grab ice cream, right? It's free ice cream.
Who doesn't like ice cream?
Right, and they can, all the toppings that they want. And then on the 22nd, we're having the free lunch for non-traditional students between 11 and 1, and that'll be in the non-traditional student lounge on the second floor of the student union.
Alrighty, so students, mark your calendars, go out and visit these different events. Now, let's back up a little bit and define a non-traditional student.
Absolutely. So a non-traditional student, there's a number of characteristics.
Okay.
And so I'll give examples of some of those. It can be a student who does not come to college straight out of high school.
Okay.
A student who is over the age of 25. A student who might be in college with a family, a partner, a spouse.
Oh.
A student who may have gone to the military.
Okay.
A student, I'm trying to think of others, but those are some examples of a non-traditional student,
okay.
right? So a student who typically they're older, don't come straight to college out of high school,
okay.
and the list could go on. But we definitely want to connect those students, as you kind of talked about before. Sometimes it's hard to connect.
Yes.
As a non-traditional student, because there's definitely a lot of programs for incoming students there, but we definitely want to connect our non-traditional students to each other so they can help support each other and do what they came to do, which is get their degree.
That's right. Yes, ma'am. Because when you're my age, you don't focus so much as, when I was a freshman, I went to a few parties and I hung out in the student union. Then the student union was way different. It's now, I think, where the post office and some other offices. Yeah, the student union was nowhere near the size it was as it is now. But yes, I hung out some and I didn't do as well in all of my classes. So yeah, I fell off quite a bit. Had to take some time off. I tried again. Wasn't as focused, but now that I'm back again, I am much more focused. And not to say that I have tunnel vision, but I'm like here, I do want to socialize. I do want to get to know other students because I think that really helps to enrich your overall experience when you get to connect and network with other students, maybe someone who's in your same field of study, maybe someone who's in a totally different college, so it's good to have those networking opportunities. I'm really grateful that you all are putting these things together. And I look forward to, more that you have to come throughout the rest of the school term.
Yes, and when people come to those welcome events, we'll have a list of the other different, activities, programs that we're having throughout the year. And there's always room, right? Like I said, we want to hear from students. There's always room for students to say, hey, I would like to see something like this on our campus, and working with them to say, hey, how can we bring that to campus, or how can we do it on campus?
Okay. Now, also on your website, on the Arkansas State's website, under the Multicultural Center tab, I mean, there's a lot of information listed here, but you have some job opportunities available for students. So talk about those, please.
Absolutely. So I talked a little bit about the Multicultural Ambassador position earlier. That application is for students who are really passionate about diversity and inclusion and really want to take an active role in planning programs on campus as it relates to diversity, social justice.
Okay.
And that position, again, comes with a scholarship. We're going to choose between 8 to 10 individuals. The application is due Monday, August 28th, so about a week after you get in school at 4:30, and you can just bring it up to the Multicultural Center, or the application is on our website, and you can submit it via email, and the email is listed on our website as well. We also have some student worker positions. So for students who, if you have work study and you're looking to use those funds, you're like, hey, I don't know where I can use this. Hey, we got you. We have work study positions, and students can go to Hire ASTATE to look at that application to find out the details for that. And then our administrative specialist, Rachel Hendricks, is handling that application process. And then we have one more. Why can I not remember it?
I remember.
Graphic design intern.
Yes.
We are looking for a student graphic design intern who wants to, use their skills related to our programs, and that one as well. They can get. Well, we'll have to work with them and their program to either get college credit or talk about what their needs are with that. But we do have that position open, and that application is due August 28th at 4:30 as well. So 3 opportunities to get involved with the Multicultural Center if you want to actively. And for students who, even if you don't apply for some of those roles, there's always space to volunteer with the Multicultural Center. So if they don't want to have a formal role with the Multicultural Center, but they say, hey, I do want to help with this program or help with that program, we are always open to that. Just stop by the Multicultural Center anytime. We can talk about our programs that we have and get them connected in ways to see where they fit, see where they want to volunteer with our office.
That is awesome. I would encourage anyone at any age, at any levels in your life, to volunteer. You don't realize, you think you're just giving your time to help someone else, but you actually get something back in return more than you ever know when you volunteer. It's a two-way street. So please consider volunteering your time, even if it's an hour here, an hour there. Just, find something to get involved in outside of your normal schoolwork, because sometimes you need that break. You need to take a breather from your studies and do something a little different to help you refocus and get back on track.
Absolutely. Well, that, and yes, you're here to get your degree, but there's so much you can also get from being connected and being involved when you're on campus. There's definitely leadership skills that people may not think about that you can get from being involved with different programs. And so it is, yes, get your degree, but also think about the networks and connections that you're making while you're there, because those will definitely help as well as you're moving on.
Yes.
You've got your degree, you're trying to get a job, et cetera, et cetera.
Yes, ma'am. Because, at some point, ASTATE is going to say, okay, you've expended your hours or your financial aid, so you need to make a choice and graduate. So eventually you're going to graduate and become a citizen of the community in which you live. And so it's very important to engage in those different activities, develop the skills needed. I read an article for a class, but I'm glad I read it, and it talked about soft skills, how a lot of companies wish that colleges would start teaching or instilling these soft skills into students, because they get out into the real world and then they don't know how to interact with customers or other employees. So I'm really So I'm very happy. Arkansas State is really doing its thing. You all offer so much for every student. I don't see how any student can feel they are not getting something out of Arkansas State University.
And it's a matter of marketing, right? Making sure that they know about it.
Yes.
And that's one of the things we're trying this year to say, hey, this is what we have, to get it out there, to make sure they know about it. Because once they know about it, they're like, oh, great, that's awesome. So we got to get it out there and make sure they know about it.
I would definitely encourage students. I remember when I first started, I would get the ASTATE Daily Digest. And I used to kind of ignore it, okay, whatever. But then I started paying more attention to it, and there's some valuable information.
Absolutely.
Yes, some of the things are repetitive, but it's still some valuable information within the Daily Digest.
Absolutely. I read it every day as well. It comes at 10 a.m. every day. I read it because, I'm with you. I want to know what's happening on campus. And,
Yes, ma'am.
Things that we can help with. So.
And also, don't forget to check out the Arkansas State University's webpage. I can't tell you how much information is on this webpage. Yeah. Every department, every college, you can learn about each professor or other professional that works at Arkansas State. There's contact information. I mean, just so much to find on this webpage. And another thing I want to point out that's under the Multicultural Center tab, I clicked on, it says resources at the Multicultural Center, and there are books available from various authors, A to whatever, like literally A to Z books. So tell us about the resources, maybe why it's available, how students can get access to these.
Yes. So the resource, I guess we'll call it Resource Library that's in the Multicultural Center. That's another service that we have. So I talked about earlier, students can come up and study. We have a computer lab, but we also have a resource library with different cultural authors where students can come and check out books, basically, or books or other resources, literature, to read. Maybe they're working on a class project or something like that. But that was something that was actually started by a previous director. And she really wanted to make sure that this was a resource that students had, right? Like bringing in cultural authors, things, literature that reflected different cultural backgrounds that people could, read these books, come and check them out. So that's another resource that we do offer in the center. Students can just come up, they can take a look at what books they may want to read, and there's a checkout process. They can check it out, and we'll give them the date when it needs to be back, and they can bring it back in. But yeah, that's another resource that we offer through the center.
And then I see some titles that I would love to read at some point when I'm done with my school.
I know. When you're doing your schoolwork, you're like, that was me. When I was working on a PhD, I was like, I don't have time to read anything else.
No,
but
ma'am.
I get it. Now I can read other things. But yeah, I definitely get what you're saying. It is hard. To try to fit all that in when you're already reading huge numbers. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. And I also see you have CDs and DVDs available. So, can someone possibly donate to your library?
Absolutely. And I believe all of those, if I'm not mistaken, the director that initiated, I believe all of those were donated, if I'm not mistaken, to people who just, thought that would be a good cause and they believed in it, and there were donations.
So with the books, the movies, like the CDs are mainly music things, but with the books and the movies, do they have to be non-fiction or biographical, or?
They don't have to be. It's just a matter of us just making sure it's something that fits within what we are advancing, right? It's nothing that goes against our values or anything like that, but so long as it's something that students can use and goes along with our values, yes, absolutely, donations are welcome.
Okay, well, I'm gonna look through some books that I have. I have a lot. I'm trying to build my library, but if I have something that can benefit somebody else, then I'm more than happy to share. Because I see a few now. When people check out the books here, how long can they keep them?
So right now we are revising the checkout sheet. So we haven't decided yet what the timing is of it, and that's another conversation with students to how long would you need it, etc. And looking at the need for it as well as how many students are wanting to use it and that type of thing. And so that is not definite as of yet, but it is something. It's a resource that students can use, and we'll figure it out along the way.
Okay. And with the advance in technology, you foresee adding maybe ebooks later down the line?
Possibly, absolutely, possibly.
Okay.
Anything, when you talk about the first couple of years of something, it's always room to grow. The first year is always a year to look at it and say, what feedback do we have on this, etc. So yeah, getting it started. And this has been, I believe that library has been there since, oh goodness, I can't remember what year, but it was several years ago. I want to say one of the directors, I believe it was Nia Blair, started that book library. So it's been there for a couple of years now.
Okay. Now, how long has the Multicultural Center been in existence on Arkansas State's campus?
So it has been, I want to say about 2010.
Okay.
Since it's been kind of a entity. It used to be a part of the Leadership Center at Arkansas State. So the area that does a lot of the leadership programs and Greek life on campus and a lot of the main student activities that are happening on campus. It used to be a part of the Leadership Center, and I believe it became a standalone department. I want to say 2010 or 2011, maybe. Don't quote me on that yet.
Okay.
And then the office on the 3rd floor of the Student Center, I believe that space may have opened about 2013.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so still fairly new, and so still growing and adjusting to the needs of the students. So in order for the program to be successful, we need all the students, though, to come out and benefit and take part and benefit from the programs that you have to offer. Absolutely. That's how anything is going to continue to grow and expand and, develop over time to better serve the needs of the students. So I can't stress it enough, students, non-traditional students, multicultural students, no matter what your ethnicity, your background is, take advantage of these programs that are available.
Yes, and I'm glad you said that piece too, because I think one of the most common misconceptions when you think about Multicultural Center, people say, oh, well, that's not for me because I'm not of a certain background, etc. But the center is for everyone to learn about different cultures. And it's a great way to learn not just about yourself, but other cultures. And that's the only way you grow. If you only operate out of your bubble, out of your understanding, out of your background, your experiences, then you're not growing, right? And you have to be willing to engage others to be able to learn and to grow.
Yes, ma'am.
And so we welcome every student to come to the center because it's a learning opportunity, right? It's not just for students of a certain background. We do, and I do want to say too with that, yes, it's for all students, but we do concentrate on programs and initiatives that do target underrepresented students because we know statistics and things like that based on those populations and certain needs needing to be met. But there are programs that are for absolutely everyone, right? We want everyone to be able to learn and, broaden their perspective on life. Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am. Most definitely. We have a shout out. Thanks from Dr. Sharice Jones Branch. It says good morning. So good morning to you. Thank you for checking in on our live feed.
Yes, awesome person.
Okay, we cannot sing her praises enough. I know.
Absolutely.
And she's so humble and so, modest, and I just love her. Okay, she has a way of telling you things, like teaching you in a way, like I might want to take one of her classes one day. I don't know.
Right, I do.
But outside of class, she's awesome teacher, awesome professor.
And she also is on the committee for the Multicultural Mixer, and she's awesome. Like, when you think about just a faculty member who takes their time when they don't have to help you with things, like, it's just awesome. Absolutely.
Alrighty, so we would love to hear from all the other faculty members. We don't want to make it seem like we're just shouting out only one person, but we would love to hear from each and every person who has had their hand in these events. Like, everyone deserves credit for helping to put this together, and I'm sure the students are very appreciative of all the hard work that you're putting into making these events successful and beneficial to them as well. Okay, and you mentioned earlier about how the center helps to, so say someone is from an African background or Asian or Hispanic, Latino. The center is not just for them, it's for people that are outside of that ethnic group to come and learn. And unfortunately, we've had some events happen around the nation, and it's time now for us to really start connecting and getting together and learning about each other's diversity so that we can find a way to work in harmony, live in peace. Hopefully.
So, we do have those programs for everyone to learn about different cultures, but we also recognize there's times when there needs to be spaces specifically for certain populations. And so we do have those spaces where there needs to be a conversation, whether it's, like our Black Student Alliance, our Gay Straight Alliance, et cetera, et cetera. Sometimes those are spaces that do need to be just for people in those populations as they are trying to heal and talk about the different things that are going on specifically concerning their population.
Yes, because when you're feeling a certain type of way and you have someone on the outside trying to tell you how to feel or how to adjust, you kind of feel this, you feel pressure. You're like, I need you to back, give me 50 feet.
Right. And so we do have opportunities for people to learn but not at the hand of, making students who are already marginalized feel vulnerable to have to, pull it out. Because when you think about when you have a marginalized identity, and then you're kind of forced to teach other people about your culture, it's you can do research sometimes.
There's Google for that.
And and so there's definitely opportunities for people to learn, and we want them to come to those programs, but there's other times when we have spaces specifically for healing purposes and just for people to see people who look like them and who they know will understand where they're coming from without having to explain themselves extensively.
Yes, ma'am.
So there's definitely several opportunities for anybody to get involved.
Alrighty. So, what are some of your hopes, goals, dreams for the upcoming school term, 2017-2018 school year? What would you like to see happen?
Absolutely. I think definitely we know we're doing programs, but one of the biggest things I'd like to see is, and this is one of our focus areas coming up, it's going to be leadership and success. It's going to be one of the areas. So we're going to obviously concentrate on different workshops, cultural workshops and programs. But one of the areas I really want to develop is leadership and success. And so looking at our multicultural student organizations and saying, what do you need in terms of leadership development, etc.? What are the skills that you need to help, advocate for yourselves, as well as the skills that you can use once you, at ASTATE, but also beyond there. And so leadership will be a huge thing with the students that we're definitely working on, because we can talk to students all the time, but student leaders in our center are going to be able to better reach students than we can, and so we really want to train them and help develop them in ways that they're able to help each other.
All right. Well, with that, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to recap again the different events that are coming up, because we want everyone to go out and enjoy these events. Well, students rather. I'm sorry, students to go out and enjoy these events. So please do not go anywhere.
Faculty and staff are invited.
Faculty and staff.
We want them to mingle with the students.
All right. We'll be right back after these messages.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
We're back with Money Matters. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. The worst time to make financial decisions is while you're dealing with the passing of a loved one. With so many decisions to be made, consider the following when planning a funeral. Know the funeral preferences of your loved ones, and make sure that those responsible for your burial are aware of yours. Put them in writing, and give copies to family members, and keep a copy in a location others are aware of. Comparison shopping may sound crass, but what other $10,000 expense or more would a person make without comparing costs and features? Check the prices for the same services at least 3 local funeral homes. Apply the same smart shopping techniques that would be used for other major purchases. Avoid emotional overspending. Remember to resist any pressure to buy goods and services that you can't truly afford, meaning you don't need a credit card to pay for it. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. for Money Matters, a product of American Urban Radio Networks.
Money Matters is made possible by the Jonesboro Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, a nonprofit organization dedicated to uncompromising commitment to communities, service, leadership, empowerment. www.jonesboroalumnidst.org.
Money Matters is brought to you by Bancorp South, offering checking, savings, loans, credit cards, and wealth management. 5 locations in Jonesboro to serve you. www.bancorpsouth.com or 870-972-9800.
Blues Live for 5, Part 2 at Legends Barbecue Smokehouse. Only $5 admission. Saturday, August 19th, 7 o'clock p.m. Featuring from Dallas, Texas, Lerone Powers.
What's the name of that thing? Could only last night.
Lerone Powers.
Into the mother, but don't forget how. You're gonna have to pay the cost.
Performing all of his hits.
Ain't nothing but a party. Jumping like a hole in the wall.
Lerone Powers. Don't miss it. Blues Live for 5 at Legends Barbecue Smokehouse. Saturday, August 19th, 7 o'clock p.m. Only $5 admission. This event is a KLEK fundraiser.
Starks Auto Plaza, your pre-owned superstore, is a longtime supporter of KLEK. 2829 Red Wolf Boulevard, Starks offers clean, reliable vehicles of all makes and models. Starks also offers no-hassle pricing, friendly service, financing options with approved credit. At Starks, you're always family, and our motto is, we never say no. 870-203-9980. StarksAutoPlaza.com.
Arkansas Early Learning prepares children up to 5 years old for kindergarten by offering a secure learning environment, qualified teachers at several locations in Northeast Arkansas at no cost. Applications are available at arearlylearning.org.
Arkansas Early Learning is a nonprofit organization.
KLEK thanks Tow Daddy's Towing and Recovery for supporting our mission. Tow Daddy offers towing services for residential and commercial clients. Phone number 870-203-9920. More details available by email at towdaddy01@gmail.com and on klekfm.org. Our motto is, who's your tow daddy?
Did you know that KLEK 102.5 FM is a nonprofit organization? Did you know that you can donate to KLEK 102.5 FM and your donation is tax deductible? Donations to nonprofit organizations such as KLEK can reduce the amount of taxes you may owe the IRS or increase the amount of any potential tax refund. Support your KLEK today. You can donate by calling 870-277-1080, visiting our studio at 1411 Franklin Street in Jonesboro, or on our website, www.klekfm.org. We at KLEK 102.5 FM are blessed and grateful for your support. From the KLEK community calendar, there will be a free community workout every Sunday and Tuesday starting at 6 o'clock p.m. at Allen Park, and every Thursday night also starting at 6 o'clock p.m. at Parker Park. More information is available via Arlesia Baker at 870-273-3437.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
And welcome back to the last segment of Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. I have really been enjoying this conversation with Dr. Evette, so thank you so much for joining us today. Absolutely. And sharing so much information about what the Multicultural Center has to offer for all students that fall in different backgrounds, different demographics, and for the non-traditional students. If you would like to learn more information about them, go to Arkansas State or arkansastate.edu
/multicultural.
Okay, /multicultural center. And then also, do you have a Facebook page?
Yes, so it's ASTATE Multicultural Center on, actually you can get to all of our social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, using ASTATE MC.
ASTATE MC. All right, so don't forget to go check out all of those sites and get to learn more about what they have available. So I know we've stated this over and over, but we're going to drill it home one more time. We're going to talk about the mixer, the ice cream social, and the free lunch.
Absolutely. So on Sunday, August 20th at 4 p.m. in the Ring Student Union Centennial Hall, we are having our multicultural mixer. So incoming students, current students, faculty and staff as well, join us as we celebrate diversity and let students know that they are certainly welcome on our campus and get them connected to different resources to be successful while they're at ASTATE. And then the next day on that Monday, August 21st, between 11 and 2 p.m., come on up to the third floor of the Student Center. We are in the Multicultural Centers in Suite 3003. Okay. And we will be having an ice cream bar. You can fix your own toppings and learn about all the programs that we'll have coming up for the semester from the Multicultural Center, and people can learn how they can get involved. We talked about those student positions and scholarships, so you do want to stop by and learn about those opportunities. And then on that Tuesday, we will have our non-traditional student lunch. It's a free lunch for non-traditional students. They can come between 11 and 1 to the non-traditional student lounge. It is on the second floor of the student union. Stop by, get lunch, learn about the non-traditional student organization, how you can get involved, and talk about your needs as a non-traditional student on campus and what you're needing.
Alrighty. And students, this is your opportunity to get to meet some professors and other individuals in leadership positions and get to talk and network, share business cards or get email addresses and build those connections that are going to be beneficial for after graduation.
Absolutely. During and after, absolutely.
Yes, ma'am. All right, so are there any shout outs you want to give any other people you would like to recognize from your office?
Yeah, we have some wonderful student workers, Ms. Deanna Smith and Eddie Lee are working with us over the summer, and our administrative specialist, Ms. Rachel Hendricks, also works in the office, and so they've all been a huge help as we are certainly planning this program, or the programs for the fall, I should say. And then our Multicultural Mixer Committee, want to definitely give a shout out to everyone who has helped put that on, because it is not just an initiative from the Multicultural Center. We definitely have several offices and people across campus who want to see this happen and know the importance of it happening, and are definitely helping with getting that done. Absolutely.
Well, thank you to everyone out there who plays your role at Arkansas State University with the Multicultural Center and the Nontraditional Student Services. We really thank you, and I'm going to try to do better. even though I'm an online student, I'm going to try to do better and socialize a little more and try to always, I want to get more involved. We'll see what these classes are looking like.
Well, too, like if you come to some of the events, maybe you find a study buddy, you know?
Okay.
So, and that's for any students, not just for networking, but when you get there, well, yes, for networking, but when you get there, you might find a friend, right, that you didn't know, you know, also went. You may share some hobbies, et cetera, et cetera. So you don't underestimate like the people you might meet when you go to those events, or resources you might find where you're like, you know what, I now have somebody to study with, or somebody to hold me accountable to make sure I study, you know, those kind of things. So you can meet a lot of different people and find some good resources as you move towards success at ASTATE.
Alright, well, I'm going to put this out there now. I'm looking for someone to help me with my social statistics. Oh my gosh. This class is a doozy. I've tried it once. I'm going to try it again.
Yes, I don't even want to think about statistics.
I think anyone from any field of study that has taken statistics has either love or hate it. Like there's no in between. You either love it or you hate it, kind of. And I'm on the other side of of love, so we can't thank you enough. And don't forget to check out, like when you go to Arkansas State University, it's www.astate.edu. I'm sorry, / multicultural center. There's a variety of tabs that you can click on. I see that you have an upcoming workshop, which the date hasn't been listed just yet. So pay attention to these different things that are going on. There's also a link under the multicultural education, and you can click on MC event calendar. That gives you all of the events so far that are planned, and then as well as a variety of other things that are going on around campus. So don't miss out on these deadlines for the multicultural ambassador, for the different student work study positions, graphic designer, office, like a front desk person. Okay. And there's some other work study positions available and some volunteer positions available. There's a resource center with books and CDs and DVDs. Very beneficial information. There's so much to see and enjoy.
So many ways to get involved.
Okay, and so tell us, I'm sorry, I forgot, tell us about the hours of operation.
Yes, so we are open during the academic year, so that's fall semester and spring semester. We're open 8 a.m. until 9 p.m. in the Multicultural Center on the 3rd floor. And then the Nontraditional Student Lounge should be open as long as the operating hours of the student union.
Okay. All right, so please go and check that out, and we thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I hope this won't be our last time having a conversation, and hopefully we can get some other individuals in here. We would love to hear from some of the students as well.
Absolutely.
So you can put the word out. You know, if there are students who are willing to come and share their experience as a non-traditional student or someone who has benefited from the Multicultural Center, we would love to have those conversations with them, because that's how the community can connect with Arkansas State, by hearing those stories of students. I'm really wanting to do more human interest stories this year. So
those stories are important. We need to know the stories of students.
So please send them my way. I'll be happy to sit down and have a conversation with them. And I just want to thank everyone out there for tuning in and listening. I know it's raining outside, and those of you who have to get out and about, please be careful. Please be careful. Do your best to put on your rain gear, but this rain is so disrespectful. So Anyway, we thank you all so much for tuning in to Community Conversations. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow. Is Wednesday. We may have the mayor or another representative from the city here to discuss some city issues. So you don't want to miss tomorrow. Have a very good day. Have a blessed day. And try to have a dry day.
Thank you for listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM, a program focused